Hello and welcome back to your 18th Intermediate Java tutorial. So today we're going to talk about the instance of keyword. It's a pretty important keyword, pretty nice keyword. You can do some cool things with it. So let's talk. Remember polymorphism from the intro to programming series. I said that you can, have a superclass and then declare it as one of its subclasses. So we're gonna be looking at stuff using that polymorphism. So we're going to go ahead and make tutorial 18. Call this instance of. Alright. com.shsgd.tut18. And first things first, we're going to set up some basic classes. So let's go ahead and we're going to make an abstract class, and we're going to call it shape. Alright. So we're just going to give it a protected. Well, that's not what I want. I just want protected float area, and then I want a public abstract float get area. All right, because every shape has a different way of getting its area, right? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to make. Oh, sorry about the background talking. Whatever. We're going to go ahead and we're going to make a circle, and that will extend the shape. So shape, and we're going to in here we're going to make a private float radius, and then we're going to make a constructor from that. Alright, get rid of super. So, and then get area, we're going to return, we're going to cast a float, math.py, because all this is doubles, math.py times math.pow of radius and 2. So, pi r squared, essentially. Alright, so that's our area. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a new class. We're going to do rectangle. And we're going to go ahead and do shape again. We're going to see it's a subclass of shape. And this one's going to have a private float length and a private float width. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to make a constructor for this one as well. No. What? Source generate constructor for fields. What even? Why not? Why you treat me this way? Eclipse. Alright, you know what? Fine. Public rectangle. You're gonna give me grief, Eclipse, I'll just code it myself. Like I was going to anyways. So this dot length equals length, this dot width equals width. Alright, so get area, obviously it's just going to return length times width. Alright, and then we're actually going to make a new thing in here, get perimeter. Obviously we could just put this in the shape, but I'm going to show you guys a thing with this later. So length times 2 plus width times 2. Alright, so it's the perimeter of a rectangle. So let's go into our main class, and now we're going to actually look at this keyword here. We're going to make a new class, main, and that's got a public static void. Alright, so instance of is used once you polymorph. It actually, you can check whether or not it's an instance of a certain class. So, I know that's not confusing, but the best way to describe it and to explain how it works is with shapes. So, it's with an array list, or just a list in general. So let's make an array list of shapes. Array list shapes. Oops. And we're going to do new array list. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and do a random r equals new random, just a random, simple random class. So for int I is equal to 100, I is less than, or I is equal, we're going to go through 100, and we're going to do if math.random is greater than 0.5, right, because math.random returns a random number between 0 and 1. So you can choose the probability of just changing this, so if it's greater than this. So if you want it to be, or it actually would be technically less than this, so if you want it to be like a 75% chance, you do less than 75. I can just do greater than, but when you have 0.5, it doesn't matter. So shapes.add, new circle, I'm going to do r.nextFloat times 10, so a random radius. Change to circle. Yeah, okay. So a random radius between 0 and 10. And shapes.add, no. This would be a new rectangle. And it's going to be r.nextFloat again, times 10. So everything's just going to be random between 0 and 10. So random length, random width. And it's going to be 100. So, alright, let's find the total amount of circles in this array list. So we get told, so say we had this shapes thing and, you know, we're making, or say we were just like talking about like a bunch of people, you know, and we're like, how many of these people are girls? And you have a girl object. So we do people, how many girls in the, how many people in the list are girls? So we're just going to do int number of circles. So we're going to start out off with 0. Oh, sorry about that. Little pop-up there. Shape S in shape. So we're going to have a shape. So if, so how do we do that? So we can't do S equals circle. That's not right. So how do we do that? Well, we use our instance of keyword. So what this is doing is if it's going to return true, if S is an instance of circle, and it's going to return false otherwise. So num circles plus plus. And because we had, oh, did I spell something wrong? This one's the right one. This one's the wrong one. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just do, there's going to be more examples, so I'm just going to, but I'm just going to print these out right now. So there are D circles in the list. We're going to put num circles. Alright, hang on the period. Proper English, there we go. There are 58 circles in the list, so there's going to be somewhere between 40 and 60 circles in the list. Always closer to 50 because it's a 50% chance. Okay? So we're going to do floats perimeters. So we're going to, alright, so let's just see, alright. So of all these shapes, let's see if we can find the total perimeters of every single rectangle in the list. So first, of course, we're going to check if S is an instance of rectangle. Alright, so just do we do perimeters, do we just do S dot get perimeter? Oh, well, there you go. Did it automatically. Look at that. Look at that. Thank you, Eclipse, for totally ruining my point by jumping the gun and just doing it automatically. Alright, alright, get perimeter. Yeah, type it out then. No! Eclipse! I'm sorry guys. Eclipse doesn't want me to screw up. Alright. So the problem is that get perimeter doesn't exist in a type of shape. So you'd have to cast S. So get perimeter. So what you do is you cast a rectangle to S in parentheses, and then after that, now this represents a rectangle S to get perimeter. So you could do this, but this isn't exactly safe. So let's do that. We're going to get an error. Circle cannot cast to rectangle. So the reason because of that, we didn't check if we were working with a rectangle. So if you ever have something like that and you're going to end up casting, you always have to make sure that you can safely cast the object to what you're trying to do. So you cast it to a rectangle because you know already that S is a rectangle. So you can just cast it to that and it'll work just fine. So let's test out string.format. I'm going to do the total perimeter of all the rectangles in the list is, I'm going to do a float, and we're going to go ahead and just give it perimeters. Alright, so it should be around 1,000, because it's 50 and then 10, you know, so some weird math thing or whatever. It's going to be around 1,000. So it only did it for the rectangles that were in the list. All right, and then let's go ahead and do float total area, just to show some polymorphism. You know that no matter what, if shape has this float get area, total area, you can still do dot get area regardless, and it'll do the different formulas for the different shapes. So total area of all the shapes is, I'm just going to go ahead and put F, and we're going to go ahead and do total area. Alright? So it's going to be around 5,000 something. So there you go. That is the instance of keyword. So it's a good thing. So you can have, like, you know, enemy, right? And you can have, say, different instances of the enemy. So say one specific enemy has a method in it that defines a very different behavior as all the other ones, and you just want to keep all your enemies in an array list. So you can loop through the enemies and update all of them, and then once you can check if the current enemy is an instance of the enemy with the weirdness, and you know, you can just cast it and do the weirdness and it'll work just fine. You don't have to have multiple array lists just because you have different types of enemies. It's just better that way. So instance of keyword, pretty sweet keyword right there, if you ask me. So next time we're going to talk about algorithms. We're going to have a super long video because we're going to do sorting algorithms. Then after that, we're going to be doing searching algorithms. So 2 super long videos, and then the AP prep videos should be done unless while I'm studying for the AP test I come across a concept that is fundamental that I did not cover for the test. Fundamental to the test, not fundamental to programming. So yeah, we're going to talk about algorithms, how to think about algorithms, and we're going to talk about searching and sorting because they're like the very important types of algorithms. So those will be next. Stay tuned. 2 days from now, you're going to learn all about sorting. See you guys then. Love you all. If you have any questions, put it in the comments. Have a great day. Goodbye.